Welcome back, guys. Try Fly Photography, Justin Ramsey. Hope you guys are doing well. Finally made it out to Catalina Island. It was amazing. It was awesome. You guys want to check it out? Let's do it. Honey, where are we going?
Catalina Island.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're going. We're finally doing it. What, a month later?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta clean up.
Gotta go down to kelp forest too. Well, what did you guys think? Was it splendiferous? Since I've been there now, I can say that the photos and videos and stuff, they do not do it justice. Oh my gosh, what a thrilling experience. First time in salt water, first time in the ocean, first time with any sort of tides and currents and stuff, first time with more than like 5 fish. Holy heck balls, first kelp forest. It was amazing. And it was a bucket list scuba dive for me, so quick recap for you. I did a total of 4 dives, 1 being the cleanup dive and 3 in the dive park. Absolutely amazing. So Avalon Harbor is open up 1 day every year for scuba divers. Beyond that, to my knowledge, you're not allowed to swim in it or dive in it or anything like that. So 1 day a year, tons and tons of volunteers go out and help clean up this harbor. And it's brought on by Patty Aware and Catalina Diver Supply and a whole slew of other sponsors and whatnot. Yeah, it was just phenomenal to see, over 400 divers come out, volunteer their time just to dive and help clean up the oceans. It was inspiring and awesome and amazing, and I do applaud you. Now, my original intent was to go out there and just film the whole thing and not actually clean up because I couldn't carry a bag plus the camera plus dive and all this stuff. But I still found some trash. Quite a bit, actually. So a couple quick highlights for you. I got to see an octopus. Unfortunately, I didn't get it in time to get it on camera, but I saw one in the wild, so gotta do my little happy dance, you know? It's what we do. We also got to see a seal. I think it was a seal. It might have been a sea lion, but I'm pretty sure it was a seal. I did get a little bit of that guy on the GoPro as he swam through and he's chasing fish and stuff. I was like, yay! Tons of Garibaldi, which are the like orangish reddish fish, if you will, the California goldfish. Got to see kelp forest and dive in kelp forest, and it was amazing and a dream come true. Basically, ever since I started scuba diving, diving at kelp forest was like #1 on the bucket list. I wonder what's next. Lots of things, but I'm not going to say it yet. And if I say I'm going to film a video on it, of course it'll be like 6 years before I actually make it. So I'm going to keep that one a secret. Yep. Tangents. Completely lost where I was going. So I heard about the opportunity from our local dive shop, No Limit Scuba. By the way, check them out if you're in the Phoenix area. No Limit Scuba. Highly recommend. Chris, Kelly, thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you for not letting me die out there in Catalina. Not that I had issues, but I'm glad to have you behind my back, even though you were leading, so I was behind your back. But, you know, anyways, it was awesome. You guys are amazing. Basically, it was pay your own way, volunteer, but here's all the info, and we'll be your guide, if you will, and need some help, which I needed help. I always need help. Are you kidding me? I reached out to them directly, not No Limit Scuba, Catalina Diver Supply, and the event. I said, hey, I'm a budding photographer, videographer for Scuba. I was wondering if you guys have a media team filming this stuff, and if not, if I could volunteer to do that. So a few phone calls and emails and stuff back and forth, and they're like, okay, let's have you come out. And I was like, yeah, and then it sank in. I'm like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. But it worked out all right. Yeah, since I was volunteering, not paid, and it was my first ocean diving and all that stuff, I did do a little bit more diving with No Limit Scuba as opposed to filming some of the event stuff, like they call them bullshit stories, I believe. And basically, the people that find the trash in the water, if it's something really cool, they get to pick it up and be like, this is the tire that was on the first Model T card from Ford, even though the year says 2003, or, you know, whatever. But basically, you make up a story, and it's cool, and people laugh, and if you get the most laughs, or it's the most believable, or whatnot, you get an award. There's also an award for finding the coolest thing, and there's tons and tons and tons of stuff that I never got to film. I'm only one person, okay? Not to mention, I need a second camera so I can have a dry camera and a wet camera that actually gets in the water, so I don't have to like keep messing with my housing and breaking seals and risking water. Not to mention, I need like a Sherpa to put all my dive stuff together for me and make sure I'm ready to go. Listen to the dive briefing so I can worry about camera angles, and then they can fill me in. Anyways, I'm just complaining because I'm a weenie. I definitely could have used a lot more footage, definitely could have used more time, definitely some assistance. Looking at you, Carlos, Mr. Studley, because it was my honey and me, and we got to go explore and have some fun and eat some lunch and drink, and oh, it was good times. Good times. She got her wiki whacked. Yeah.
I got my wiki whacked.
In public, but we ate in a cave. It was awesome. It was Shandy's first ferry. It was like my second or third, something like that, so it was kind of cool, especially since I haven't done it in like a decade, and it was great to do it with her. Yeah, and we got across, and it was basically sunset, and then we got to walk to our hotel, which is not a very far walk at all, and it was so cool. So I woke up early. Bladder wanted to go and get up, so went, used the restroom, and I'm like, hey, it's like 15 minutes before sunset. I'll just grab the camera, make sure I have some smokes because I'm a dirty smoker, and yeah, went out, shot the sunrise, which I'm definitely glad I did because I used it in a lot of my video work. I definitely need to take a tripod or at least a monopod next time, and I need to get off my dependency on 120 frames a second. Technical jargon. Sorry. Back to the point. So hung out for a couple hours during sunrise and stuff and walked around and saw some Garibaldi and stuff, and I was like, yay! Went back, picked up Shandy, we showered, we went and grabbed some lunch, explored the city a little bit, the town, the village, whatever you want to call it, and it was awesome. And we had some real good food over the trip. Then No Limit Scuba came in, we met up with them, we did our first dive. It was very overcast and dark, so the footage was dark, but I tried. That's when I saw the seal. But I'm coming out of the water, and there's steps leading in and out of the water. And Shandy was telling me, with each step I took up, I became more and more like a kid in a candy store. Just smile got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was like dancing and doing the Ichabod tail wag, even though I don't have a tail. And so much fun. It was definitely an amazing experience. Absolutely amazing. Don't ever repeat this. I actually wish I did not have the camera in my hands. I'm glad I did, because I got some cool stuff and I needed all the footage I could, but there was just so much going on and I wanted to shoot it all and I couldn't. And worrying about camera settings and smoothness of shots and all that stuff while you're doing something like that, it's a challenge, especially if it's your first time. Saturday morning, wake up, immediately start taking all my scuba gear and camera gear and everything to the casino point where No Limit Scuba was setting up. Get there, say hello, and I start filming some behind the scenes of the dry land, of people checking in and people selling raffle tickets and all this stuff. I'm getting really excited. I'm like, okay, it's about time I head back over to all my dive equipment and start getting set up and getting myself mentally and physically prepped and all this stuff. Well, somehow my name got left off the list or something, or I don't know what happened, but I wasn't on the list as okayed people to dive. So I was like, crap. Now, worst case scenario, I could have filmed just topside stuff and been okay, but I'm very glad that I got to go in, because I got to see, I think it's called a stonefish, and a big old starfish, and lots of other things I didn't even bother filming, but it was so cool and stuff. And I will admit, I didn't take my time on some of these creatures, because the point of that dive was to clean up the harbor, and the point of my dive was to clean the harbor and film people cleaning up the harbor. So, but it was amazing. I got to see some things I didn't think I'd ever get to see, or at least not on this trip. So I get in the water and I film, and the people I'm paired up with from No Limit Scuba / Arizona area rock stars, we get in and we dive. We're some of the first to go, submerge underwater. Immediately, before I even get my camera settings dialed in, one of the guys picks up a can. I was like, wow, this is gonna be insane. I'm not gonna have like any footage but trash. Luckily, good and bad. Bad because I didn't get to film too much of it, but a good thing is the harbor was a lot cleaner from years previous, so it's working. It's taken 41 years apparently, but it's working, so hard to complain. It was good times. Good times had by all. I know what you're thinking. Quit YouTube, start a music career. I know, but I'm a visual guy. I like the visuals. Probably why my audio sucks. That and I'm kind of deaf. Anyways, so that was our trip. I think all I need to say now is thank you to everyone. But first, like, comment, subscribe, do the hoopla. You know what it is if you want to. If not, that's all right too. You do you, boo. Thank you from the bottom of my everything to everyone involved. I would like to thank my ex-girlfriend Shandy for always being supportive and amazing and whatnot. Nobody worry, we're engaged now, so she's an ex-girlfriend. Anyways, definitely thank you to my GoFundMe supporters who helped contribute some finances, help get me and Shandy out to the island to help be a part of this. Thank you to Catalina Diver Supply, Patio Wear for also helping sponsor and put this event on. For all these sponsors, to all the volunteers, to all the staff and the coordinators and whatnot, thank you to Catalina Island for having us. Thank you for all the people that don't litter. Now, I will say this about the litter in the harbor. A lot of it is probably accidental. Oh, you're drinking on the boat and you knock a can off, or a rope deteriorates and falls to the bottom or whatnot. I understand accidents happen and stuff, and It is what it is. We'll do our part to clean that up. But, I mean, there was a shopping cart in there one year, apparently, and like stuff like that. I mean, come on now. A refrigerator door, which I've filmed and you've seen, does not just pop off randomly and get pushed aside like, oops, oh well. You know? Anyways, back to thank you. I'm showing gratitude, not frustrations here. Thank you to No Limit Scuba, again, for not letting me drown and stuff. It was awesome. Thank you for spearheading and making me aware of this event and for taking us Arizonians out there. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I need to do a little butt wiggle. I went to Catalina and I scuba dived a kelp forest. It was cool. Yeah. I don't know, Shakira, you ain't got nothing. Nothing. Okay, and cut.